Nah. See, if I was 9S and I end up finding out that the literal producer or whatever of the show basically was like, nah, we can't have a sex scene between 9S and 2B because 9S wouldn't do that. I'm sorry, but I'm disobeying my functions. I'm basically going to wage a war with all humans and send every single robot to this person specifically. Like, that's basically how I'm gonna be feeling if I was denied some 2B ass cheeks. Like, high key. But that's essentially how it was though. For context of what I'm really honestly talking about, is that apparently within the Nier anime, there was going to be a moment, or at least a moment Yoko Taro wanted, where 9S and 2B were basically going to clap. Hey, that sounds like a good ass time to me. That sounds like a good ass plan to me. Honestly, with how much 9S, from what I've seen in the clips and, moments, because I've never played Nier myself, which I'm ashamed to admit. I'm sorry. But when it comes down to it though, from all the stuff I've seen 9S kind of go through in that damn game / anime, not gonna lie, yeah, I think some clapping of 2B would be in order. Like, let me at least have this. Bitch, I go through enough shit, and you deny me the ass cheeks of literally one of the most important female characters in gaming, I would say, in modern day history? I'm pissed about that. Which, honestly, that's a whole discussion in itself in a whole separate video. So my whole point is, when it comes down to it, obviously, of why I don't like this at all, is mainly because Yoko Taro literally created this shit, right? He literally created 9S, 2B, the whole idea of Nier and all that type of stuff, right? So when it comes down to it, it's like, how you gonna tell me what I can and cannot do with my own creations, right? That feels a bit weird. Now, I can't necessarily sit here and say, all the time following the creator's plan will work out, but it still should be something that they can just do if that's what they want to do, right? Because let's be keeping it very much a stack. There has been times when creators have, tried to do something on their own that really wouldn't have worked, or they had suggestions to do something else where that worked better than what the creator was doing. Really, the only suggestion and really the only type of time I could think that actually worked out well was like with Rebecca from Cyberpunk, when they was literally like, no, there's no lollies, and what the hell the city called? I don't even remember what the city called in Cyberpunk. It's been too long. But when it comes down to it, basically they were just like, look, we get that, but hey, add this lolly in, and I promise you, she'll be one of the most popular characters in the damn show, and you'll absolutely get what you need. The lolly will stay here today. And exactly what happened. She ended up becoming the most popular character in the damn show, and it actually ended up, honestly, saving the hell out of Cyberpunk. So, you can thank a lolly for that shit, yet again. Anyway, my point is though, it goes by a case-by-case basis, I would say. So it's not necessarily something that I would say a creator is always going to be right about when it comes to adding certain decisions. And even in this one, I can kind of understand why the person was like, yo, 9S wouldn't do this, because they wanted to keep it close to the game. But at the very same time, this is an anime. You can express different things, and you can actually go about things in a more developed way that you probably couldn't go into in the game. So if there was a moment where 9S was trying to get into 2B's booty cheeks, then hey, that's probably something that you can explore within the anime. Like, let's just keep it very much a stack here. There's already been like a lot of moments where 9S is basically pretty much thinking about clapping 2B in some shape and form, and the fact that they just don't go in on that kind of is just like a bit of weirdness. Plus, ain't the whole thing about these characters kind of like about them being somewhat human-ish as well too? So wouldn't having sex be like a very human thing to do as well, especially for these characters? So there's also like that. Again, I know nothing about Nier to the highest extent, but I know some bits and pieces of it. I'm not clueless, but I know some stuff. I just don't see that as really a good excuse as to why that couldn't been incorporated, even as like a moment in the show where it might be somebody saying, well, there's no reason for that. Sure, but it goes in and tells you a bit more about the characters, honestly. Yeah, you can obviously get that from the flirtatious type of lines that have been said, but still, you can really get a more better, I would say, interpretation of these characters if you have something like that to happen. And that's kind of like the main thing I would say needs to happen at times. Not just something like that, but like just letting characters breathe, have time to themselves, and literally them being kind of like human, honestly. Because if they're just serious all the time, if they don't make jokes, if they literally just do the mission and nothing but the mission, I promise you the show is boring as all hell and no one will care. That is why people shit on Ruby so damn much. I shit on Ruby so damn much because they take themselves way too damn seriously. So if you had 9S clapping the hell out of 2B, it wouldn't really come as a surprise, and honestly it will probably make the characters, whether you like it or not, more like humanish, or at least be human-like in a way, which is hilarious considering that they're both robots, but still you get the damn point. Plus, I'm not going to say a lie, if the creator of the show basically is like, yo, let's just go ahead with this, and I have absolutely no problem with that, I don't see why we can't just do that. I mean, 2B literally goes into every single different video game there is nowadays, like, you know, Grand Blue, or literally Stellar Blade recently, and like so many other games as well, and other cameos that she's just in. And like at this point in time, it's like 2B is everywhere, right? At this point, you might as well just let her do whatever the hell she wants to, because she is that much of a popular character, and people basically know who the hell 2B is at this point in time. Plus, Yoko Taro literally was like, yo, as long as you give me some money, 2B can be put in literally anything. Unfortunately, that also extended to Ubisoft recently, which ill, but at the very same time, you know, that's just Yoko Taro's mindset. He just trying to make money out the character while also gooning to the character at the very same time. He also is the same type of person that says fan art of his own character, which I don't blame you. Have you seen a lot of the 2B content that's on her? Have you seen a lot of it over the years? There is still shit being made daily. I'm not too surprised. You know why? Because she's literally the one of the finest women in modern day gaming. I'm not gonna cap. And I'm glad we do have someone like Yoko Taro to actually create someone like 2B, because you don't have a character self-destruct and then destroy their clothes with their ass just showing right after the fact. You don't have a character like that unless you know exactly what you're doing. One other thing I want to add to this topic too is mainly because I also write my own stuff as well and have my own cast of characters in my own series, which is on this channel. But when it comes down to it though, I can very much understand why Yoko Taro has been, you know, debating this or was like arguing this type of thing when it comes to putting this shit in the anime, because no one knows your characters like you do. If you start writing or if you start creating your own characters and things like that, you very much are going to be in a position where you feel these characters, every emotion, every bits of who they are, and just everything about them. You would basically know when you really think about it and just plan it out, right? And that's just kind of how it is. That's why some creators go as far as to call like their own characters like their own daughters or their sons or their wives or whatever kind of, you know, relation they feel with them characters, because yeah, that's feeling kind of true. Like they are kind of that related when, you know, you created them yourself. That's how I feel about my girls. They kind of like my damn wives. But when it comes down to it though, that's just kind of how it is. So how can you come through and say, oh, well, you know, I don't think this character would do this when I created said character and I absolutely know what they would do. If I was in that position, I would definitely put myself in that shoe of that character and then do the same thing I'm thinking about doing, because bitch, I made it. That's like if someone came through and to tell my story exactly what certain characters would do, or like at certain moments in time you wouldn't have Jace clapping the cheeks of certain OCs, like for example Shion in the recent stuff that happened on the beach. Like I ain't gonna necessarily lie, if someone said like, nah, Shion would never do that, are you shitting me? Do you not know the character's past? So just literally be like in a position where someone would tell me, no, I know better than the creator itself of what this character would do, would dead ass piss me off. Because even if we can't show it, it's going to be implied, or it's going to be shown to a bare minimum of what's happening, right? Shion is definitely get her ass cheeks ran. Same way 2B should get her ass cheeks ran when it came to 9S. Let's just keep it very much a say. We were all in the position of 9S, and we had a fine bitch like 2B on our side for most of the damn time. You mean to tell me you wouldn't make an attempt to try to clap that ass? I'm pretty sure majority of the people that honestly watches this damn video probably would. And if you're talking about you don't want to and you respect 2B as a person, you basically have no sauce, no game, no life, and no strife. Absolutely at all. If Yoko Taro can act freaky with 2B in the fan art that he see, we can get freaky with 2B too. That's just how it is. But that's really all I want to say for this one, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on the way out. Also follow me on socials, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, Kofi and Cash App is available as well. And until then, it's your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.